What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today I'm going to be talking about the most oppressive ability in the current day Deepwoken. Honestly, a lot of people skip out on this ability for no great reason, and I gotta show you guys its potential. Let's get right into it. But before we start, if you want to stay updated with my channel and even see some video sneak peeks, make sure to follow my Twitter. Most of the time I post my race concepts and graphics on Twitter first, so follow me for more. Remember to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. Enjoy! A lot of players skip out on the entire willpower stat because the current meta revolves around strength and fortitude. Sometimes for specific builds you can invest a few points for exhaustion strike or blind seer, but it's honestly less common than strength or fortitude. I think it's fine for me to call myself a large connoisseur of willpower builds, but I never actually got around to finishing blind seer progression. To unlock the additional oath mantras, you gotta rescue several oathless players from the depths. Despite being extremely unsafe and unreliable for solo players, I got around to it and maxed my oath out. 1 save will unlock the healing move, 5 saves unlocks mantra negation, which is our focus, and 10 saves grants us a giant eye laser. Tranquil Circle is one of my favorite moves from the blind seer path, and its application is insane. Its description is actually deceptively simple, stating all within the ring cannot cast mantras, and that's what it does at a base level. Costing half a bar of ether and some sanity, Tranquil Circle plants into the ground in, well, a circle, and its design is pretty similar to Sacred Field, but its color is exclusively white, it's much smaller, and the sound design is better. Like, listen to this wonderful mantra. Anyway, nobody inside the circle can use mantras, not even the user. No ether is lost if you try to cast something, but nothing is allowed. If you're sick of mantra spammers, place this down and they can either wait out your circle or fight you with M1s. This concept reminds me a lot of Rogue Lineage and its Black Flames. Basically, if you were hit by Black Flames, your combo extensions and running capability was greatly limited. In Deepwoken, it's not that oppressive, but it's extremely solid. The main thing about this mantra that makes it so nice is the accessibility. Sacred Field placement has a long animation that can be cancelled, but Tranquil Circle is different. Its fast placement makes it basically immune to being cancelled, and you can even place this after a hit. And earlier I mentioned that this mantra was pretty expensive, but most of the time it essentially costs no ether. Ether is not a problem with this move because on a max build you'll run this with a blue gem, and any M1 with engage refills your bar quickly. You should feel confident in throwing this ability out whenever you like because your opponent does not get any advantage if they're in the circle. They gotta deal with no mantras as well, so make the playing field equal. From a game design standpoint, this move's existence is straight up oppressive. If you see somebody with Sacred Field or that Gravity Bell, that buffs them, so you know to avoid that. In a game like ABA, Law's abilities work in a bubble that basically does the same thing, and you're avoiding that bubble if you don't want him to hit you. Tranquil Circle does the same thing. You don't lose anything except your mantras, but that entire zone is off limits unless both players want to fight in there. If somebody is super low or very reliant on their mantras, you placing down this bubble is crazy zone control. They won't even enter. And here's some bonus tips and tricks with this mantra. You cannot use abilities in this zone, but if you attempt to cast something, your character will glow white. This happens when you're about to perfect cast, and sometimes people hesitate or parry when you do this. And I'm always about that mental game. Of course, you know, 4D chess. Anyway, we know mantras don't activate in the circle, but even ranged mantras cannot damage you. Stuff like Ice Eruption or projectiles unphases anybody inside the circle. This happens because if you do a mantra and enter the zone, it will immediately cancel and no damage is done. One more thing I do with Tranquil Circle is wait. I don't mean waiting inside, but I like to wait a bit before throwing this ability out. Some people might throw this move out right away, but if you do that, you ruin the surprise. In my opinion, I find it more useful to wait because you can learn how somebody fights before you negate their abilities. And honestly, no more gatekeeping. Blind Seer is so much stronger than you think. That's all I got for today, and hopefully you learned something new about an uncommon ability. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one!